No, wait. Isn't she supposed to have the... Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. So today I'm going to be making some snowball cookies, which some people like to call them other things, but these are traditional Italian snowball cookies. So what you're gonna have to do is come in close and I'll show you the ingredients that you need. It's one of the most simplest recipes you can ever make. All right, so I have 1 stick of butter melted right here, 1 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, about a cup of crushed pecans. You can use pecans or walnuts, but I like pecans. That's all you need to make the actual cookie. After you cook them, this is some confectionery sugar that you're gonna roll them in, all right? So we're gonna get started with everything, all right? So come back in a second and we'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, so we're gonna put together the cookie mix. It's very easy, like I say. You got 1 cup of flour. I'm gonna go over the ingredients. 1 cup regular white flour, okay? You got 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and this is 1 stick of butter that I had melted. So you don't want it hot. You just want to get it like, you know, like a little cool. I had it sitting here about 10 minutes, all right? You don't want it to coagulate, but you want it to be a little bit melted. It's just easier to mix everything up, all right? So, again, what do I always tell you? This is long before the coronavirus. Wash your hands thoroughly. Now, I just use my hands. Well, you know what? Let me get a spoon. Hold on. You can actually use a spoon to start it, and then we'll roll it up. So here you go. You're going to come in close just here. Now look, it's such a simple, delicious, very buttery, but delish. Okay, so you're gonna mix this all up until it's like that. And now you add your nuts. This is probably a little more than a cup of nuts, but to me, you can't get enough nuts. So let's throw them in, okay? And here, you're gonna mix it up a little bit more. But this is the part where you're gonna need your hands. All right, you want to get it mixed up in there. Now, we'll just move this stuff out of the way. Ungreased cookie sheet. Okay? Ungreased cookie sheet, and you're going to preheat your oven to 350. So I have the oven already preheated. I'm using a small cookie sheet because I'm just doing 1 batch. Depending on how big you roll your balls, you know, depends on how big you want them, then it will depend on the size of your cookie sheet. So now, hands are clean, right? Here's where you're gonna go in. You're gonna go squish. You're gonna squish it up, squishy. Okay, and we're gonna get it nice, squishy and squashy. There you go. Get it in there, keep it going until you get a nice dough. Okay, you're gonna squeeze it nice and hard, all right? Squeeze those nuts. And now, once you get the dough, it's gonna kind of be a little bit crumbly, all right? But it's not a big deal because when you squeeze it, you're gonna go back and forth. Not really like a meatball. You're gonna kind of squeeze it tight and then shape it into a ball, okay? And you're gonna pop them on the tray, like that. Okay, come close now and look. Look, you're gonna squeeze it, see? It gets nice and firm when you squeeze them. And then place them about that much apart from each other. They're not gonna grow. There's no baking soda, baking powder or anything in this, so they're gonna basically stay the size that you're making them. And like I said, you can just make the bigger, a little bit smaller. And what you're gonna do is I'm gonna finish up the balls now. And when I get them all put up, I'm gonna show you what they look like before they go in the oven. But again, preheat your oven to 350, and they only bake for maybe 10 minutes on the low rack. All right, so I'm gonna roll them all up, and then actually I'm just gonna bake them. And once they come out of the oven, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I rolled all the balls, and I got about 15 of them. Again, they're about this size. I don't know how big you wanna say that, but they're, I got 15 out of this 1 batch. You can double it if you want, if you're making more. We'll just do them in batches. Again, you have the confectionery sugar. This is going to be for after they come out of the oven. 350 in the oven for about 10 minutes. You don't want them to get too brown. You just want a very light brown on the bottom of the cookie. All right, so I'm gonna throw them in the oven, let them cool down for a few minutes before we roll them, and that's it. So it's a very simple recipe. All right, guys, so the cookies are out, and this is what they look like. I have them cooling on a little wire rack over here. Now, you have to roll them when they're a little bit warm, because you want that to almost like the sugar kind of like melt on them a little bit, then you can always add a little bit more. So I'm gonna roll a couple for you and put them on the plate, and we'll see how they come out. Hopefully you're gonna like them. They're so simple and so good. Now again, you can call these Italian wedding cookies. We call them snowballs. Like I said, other people want to take credit for it, but these are our cookies. So I'm gonna take one like this. Ready? Okay. Okay, we're gonna just take one of the cookies. Like I said, it's still pretty warm. Look at the bottom. Very, very little brown. Okay, that's how you want it. Gently, you're gonna roll it in the sugar. Okay. Make it all nice and covered, coated good, and then put them on your plate. And what do I always tell you? Wash your hands. Look, I got my nails done yesterday. I love them. Anyway, you're gonna keep rolling them. Okay, we're gonna throw a few more on here. And they are really, really good. Just make sure when you coat them, kind of like squeeze the the sugar a little bit. This way you get it really on there, okay? Because it's gonna melt a little bit from the heat from the cookie. All right, so I'm gonna finish rolling these up, and when they're done, we'll come back, taste them, and see if you like them. All right, guys, so I rolled all the balls, and they're ready to go. They are so delicious. Usually I make these around Christmas time, maybe Easter. You can do them anytime. And they actually will go in an airtight container. Let them cool down though before you put them in an airtight container. I put them like in a little Gladware or Tupperware. After they're cooled, put them in. You could even freeze them. If you do freeze them, they're good for about 2 weeks. And when you take them out and you defrost them, you want to re-roll the sugar to make sure it's fresh. I did pour a little bit of extra sugar on top because you can never have enough of sugar. All right, so these are actually made for a very good friend of mine, Squashy. These are for you. So let's taste them. Okay. Now, these are cooled off, but they are so good. Ready? Here we go. Mmm. Oh. See all the nuts in there? It's so delicious. All right. It's probably all over my mouth, but you can pop the whole thing in your mouth, but I didn't want to be a slob on TV. So anyway, these are the snowballs. They're easy. They literally take like 15 minutes from beginning to end. It's so simple. So I hope you enjoy it. Try them, and subscribe to my channel if you like the cookies. I gotta go wash my hands now. See you soon.